what you're going to look for first is Tools, Utilities, Import CAD File. And that's probably where you were looking for, but you couldn't find it. Do you want to keep the existing project data? There's really nothing here, so I'm just going to hit no. You want to save changes? No. And now it pulls up the utility. So the first thing we want to do is make sure this is set to millimeters. And you'll see down here I've got to press this units button to kind of get this whole process started. So I'll pull this up. We'll use metric units, SI units, and I hit OK. Now this import button is illuminated. So we can hit import here and we can go in and grab the STL file that you had. And sorry, I'll hit open. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull your prop in here. And one issue is you can see this shaft forward direction should be that way. So we want to flip this this prop model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to the Z-axis under this imported geometry, and you'll see it shows this little arrow to show us the direction, and what we want to do is flip 180 degrees. There you go. Now you see the blue line vertical here. I like that to go through the blade so the rake offsets aren't weird. So a lot of times I'll come in here and actually, 160 looks pretty good. You can see the blue. Maybe you can see the blue line there. It needs to be a little bit further. 162. And just coming through the top there. Now the next thing here, you'll see the diameter gets picked up as 149 or 1149. So let's use a nominal diameter of 50. 150 and PropCad can extrapolate out to that point. The direction here, it's right hand rotation, so we can leave that there. And then let's look at the edge styles here. This one's it's basically got a flat edge here, and then it's got an anti-singing edge. So on the trailing edge here, we'll set that to be open, so it'll delete this area hopefully. And then on the leading edge, a big flat leading edge. So we'll set the leading edge to be open also. And this open auto means we're going to delete this flat part out of the offsets here. PropCad doesn't store the edges at all. All right, so we got these set up. Offset respline, we can just leave this alone. It's going to take all the offsets and put them into a file. It's just the fastest way to build this here. And now pitch plane, we'll use percent from edge. It's just going to, and what we want to do is we want to walk where we're going to set up the pitch plane here. We just want to walk it in so that none of this edge stuff really affects us. Maybe 2.5% on each side. And so those are the settings I'd recommend there. And what we want to do now is set up our sections. You can see this next button's illuminated here. If we hit the sections, it's got kind of a coarse distribution. And what we might want is this wide tip distribution here. If I hit OK, one thing you'll see, okay, this section is inside the hub. So we actually want to go and make sure we blow this away. So delete that. We'll add a 0.25 and we'll add a 0.95. And there's a 995 here. I think that's going to be okay. It looks like we probably have to move that in because it's not quite there. So let me blow that away and add a 0.99. See if that, okay, so see how that moved there? Still not quite perfect. So maybe 0.98. There we go. So we just want to make sure we're capturing that full chord length there. And again, maybe we can bump that up just a hair. 0.6. see if that gets, yeah, it's still too far. Okay. I'm not going to mess with it too much. 0.9. Call that good. Okay, now we've got this, and this is where we're going to pull our sections out. We should be able to capture all this shape here. And I think the only other thing I'm going to look at here, yeah, this, we really can't do a 25 here because of the cone shape. So I'm actually going to go in, I'm going to delete the 25 out as well. All right. So now I guess that's as close as we can get there. All right, let's build it and see what we get. Build. And let me just make this a little larger here. So let's go to the 70 second. Well, first of all, the pitch distribution looks pretty clean. No huge discrepancies here. You can see how it's insetting these just a little bit. Let's take a look at our edges. I use this button here to zoom in. It's kind of hard to... Okay, so it deleted out that little bit, which is what we want. Let's look at the leading edge. Deleted out that little bit. Exactly what we want there. And let's go check the root sections. Those all look good. So let's just see if we can fix this little bump here. Sorry, I know you can't see that. I think, you know, there's not much that can be done on that one. I think that's just is what it is. And up here it's starting to get a little more rounded. So I'm not going to mess with this too much. Thickness coming in good. Chords look good. Skew. Rake, you know, a little bit wiggly here and there, but that's kind of what's, you know, we could fight through some of this rake here to try and smooth it out. Like the 60% radius here. You know, let's look at that section. I mean, there's really nothing going on there. You know, maybe if I go back here and revise this to 1% on each side, it might be a little smoother. And, you know, again, that's moving that back there. So let's look at pitch and rake. I'm not sure that was any better. Let's try 3%. A little better. I mean, I guess these things just might be real at the 60, and I guess this is the 90 there. So, you know, we could probably use PropCad to smooth it out, but I think everything's looking pretty fair here. So let's hit OK. No tip section found. Would you like to clone it? This is a new 2023 feature. You're going to want to, yes. Let's see what we get here. Okay, perfect. Looks great. So, and you even got the anti-singing edge. It's a little bit softened up, but you can definitely see it. So, pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this worked out really well. So, I hope that worked. I hope it goes as easy for you as it did for me here. Just let me know if you have any questions here. I'll let you kind of fight through it on your own, and just give me a call if you got, you know, any questions. All right, thank you. See you later.